You hear of thousands of people dying due to starvation in countries such as Africa. If Issue 2 had not passed, we would be heading down a very similar path. Extreme activists such as PETA and the HSUS, or the Humane Society of the United States, have been very involved in this issue. They want to set regulations for farming, and which can result in severe consequences. These consequences can include farms going bankrupt, extreme food prices, and worst of all, people starving. Some people have a hard enough time paying for food the way it is and live on a paycheck to paycheck. If food prices were to rise, they would even have a worse time and more trouble trying to pay for the necessities, which could result in people starving. The HSUS is the largest and most effective animal protection organization. They fight against animal cruelty, exploitation, and neglect. Some people think that passing Issue 2 was a bad idea. They think that, now farmers are going to be able to continue to get away with treating their animals cruelly. And they see the videos that the HSUS records and posts for people to see, and they think it's awful, which in some cases it is. But you got to realize that the HSUS goes out and seeks the most extreme cases, and then makes it seem like all farms are that way, which they're not. Another thing you have to realize is that for farmers, farming, which includes their livestock, is their way of life, as well as their income. So farmers aren't going to jeopardize their way of life to make a few extra bucks. Plus, farmers, they can't make a profit off their livestock unless they're completely healthy and in great condition. So they're not going to treat them poorly. Another thing is that the HSUS has so much money, which they can put a lot more into making farmers look bad, which is what they did. Whereas on the other hand, farmers, they don't have that kind of money to spend on defending themselves statewide. California is one of the states that allows these activists to come into their state and regulate their agricultural businesses. However, they are now starting to see the effects of their decisions. A lot of families are losing their farms simply because they cannot afford to maintain them to the standards that Issue 2 had created. Also, they've also experienced a drastic rise in food prices. I live in an agricultural community, and I'm very familiar with how things are ran on farms. And from the farms that I know, they are not ran anything like the HSUS is saying that it is. And I also know how negatively these small family farms would have been affected if Issue 2 had not passed. But since it did pass, we no longer have to worry about these activists coming in and telling farmers how to do their job. Even though they won't be coming into our state, it doesn't mean the farms are going to be left unregulated. A board of 13 people is to be set up to set standards on how livestock are cared for. The board will be directed by the director of the Ohio Department of Agriculture. The members will consist of 2 veterinarians, a food safety expert, 3 family farmers, 2 representatives for the Ohio consumers, the dean of an agricultural community college, 2 representatives for statewide organizations, and a representative for a local humane society. So as you can see, passing Issue 2 was a great idea. And I hope I was able to clarify some issues about how things are ran in Issue 2 and anything that might have been misleading. And that you are now able to realize how passing Issue 2 could really benefit us here in Ohio.